All right, everybody, here we are, the penultimate match for Iran against Egypt, and this is going to be your guys' preview for that game. Just like how I did in the last preview for the match against Belgium, I'm going to talk about our previous game, some players to look out for from Egypt, what results we need to get in this game for Iran to advance, make history. All of us cry tears of joy finally seeing Iran play a knockout round match at a World Cup. Yet again, as in the previous two World Cups, it comes down to the final match for Iran to see if they could finally make it happen. But before we get into it, boys and girls, if you are a big fan of Iranian national team content and want to listen to a bloke like myself yap about the national team, cover the national team, make content on Team Medley, this is the channel that you need to be at, so make sure to subscribe because we're on the road to 7,000 subscribers before the World Cup ends, and I know with your guys' help, we can reach that goal. Last time I said, let's hit a like target over 200 likes, and maybe Jeremy Doku doesn't play in the match, and because you guys delivered in Smash and we got over 300 likes on that video, Jeremy Doku didn't play. For the sake of it, let's try to hit over 400 likes on this preview, and maybe Marmoush or Salah might trip over a water hose and can't play in this game. So it's all in your guys' hands. So to get started, let's talk about Iran's previous match against Belgium. I did already go live giving my thoughts, my live reaction right after the match, but now with some clarity, let's talk about it a little bit leading into the Egypt game. Going into that match, I 100% would have taken a draw, and that's the result we got. But because of how things kind of unfolded in Belgium, we're down to 10 men with like, what, 25-ish minutes left in the game. I definitely think Iran could have iced off their knockout round berth by winning the game, but it was kind of like a situation where once the red card happened, Belgium started sitting back. Iran were like, whoa, I didn't think we were going to get this far, because they had to be on the front foot to try to score, because at that point, Belgium were like, okay, with the red card, us being down to 10 men, Iran, you guys can just have the ball. We'll take the point. And we didn't really do much once they went down to 10 men. If anything, I think we played better when it was 11 on 11, us having no possession. But when we were in possession, we looked kind of toothless. And our subs from Amr Khalinoui weren't great. We didn't bring on players that could be more direct and attack that Belgian defense. So we didn't really see much after the red card, which I think was a big bummer. I think it's a lost opportunity, but could all be forgiven if you just advance and do what you have to do in the match against Egypt. I'm just worried based off of, Vietnam flashbacks, previous World Cups from Iran. I hope that doesn't come to bite us in the butt. That's all that I'm hoping for. Not saying the draw wasn't a bad result. I just think there might have been a decent opportunity there. I have to give a big shout out to Ali Reza Baranvan. He was sensational in the match, making 7 saves, and one of them just a point blank save right on the line. My guy has just reassured me after his trash performance against New Zealand. Baranvan, you have rolled back the years. That was 2018 World Cup vintage Ali Reza Baranvan right there. He was sensational. He has filled me with so much confidence that he can play well. And all in all, for the defense, they played pretty solid. I think this 5 in the back really fits the 3 stooges of Kanani, Khalilzadeh, and Nemati. Because they have that extra defensive coverage, it really helps negate their deficiencies. So maybe is that something we roll out against Egypt? Offensively though, I think we were a little lackluster. We did create some good half chances, offset pieces, long throws, free kicks, and even scoring, even though it was called offsides because of Taremi's cheeks, which I think, yet again, we might have gone robbed on another offsides, because I just don't see how that's called offsides when his back and butt is what was offsides. Those are things that are normally not considered in an offsides call, but maybe I'm grasping at straws, maybe I'm just throwing a fit. I don't know, but I was a little bit annoyed about that. So I definitely think that is something we can utilize in the match against Egypt. Set pieces, long throw-ins, those half chances that we can create from those type of opportunities where you flick it in, follow up on that, and maybe we score. We saw some good chances from that. So now when it comes to talking about Egypt, there are a couple of players that definitely scare me. Some are well known, and they could really cause some trouble to our defense. There's Omar Marmoush, Mohamed Salah, and Imam Ashur. Everyone knows Marmoush and Salah very, very well. Top players in the Premier League. the main players for Egypt. Ashur, though, might be a little bit of an interesting player for this attack in this mix for Egypt. We saw how well he played in the match against Belgium. He scored a fantastic goal. Not many players can score long shots against Courtois. He was very good, and I'm a little bit scared about that because he was quick, he was sharp, and that's not things that our defense likes. We want sluggish, poor football. And Ashur is definitely a guy that might be an unsung hero for Egypt. So I would definitely look out for him in this game. Marmoush, Salah, I think definitely from the two, Marmoush is the one that scares me the most. We have seen that he can really create nothing out of something. He is a long shot king. He can just ping one from anywhere. And with how much we give players space, like 25-ish yards out, I'm worried he might give himself one of those pings where he just shoots in and might catch Baron Von out. I don't know, but Marmoush is definitely the guy that scares me more than Salah. But still, I know Salah is not quite the guy. Similarly, what I talked about with this aging golden generation for Belgium. He's had a bad season with Liverpool. There seems to be a little bit of beef between him and the coach, but he is still Mohamed Salah. He was a guy that was just having Ballon d'Or shouts last season. We've never had a player that has been in a Ballon d'Or conversation. Egypt have got that guy. And if push comes to shove, where Egypt need to get a goal, need to get a result here, Salah definitely will be a guy that will have to step up for them and has shown numerous times, even though he might not have a good game for like 80 plus minutes, can show up late in games. And all those things really scare me. One thing that's very interesting about this matchup is I think Egypt and Iran have a lot of similarities, funnily enough. The coach is very questionable. Defensively, they're very shoddy, but then have that high-end talent like Marmoush and Salah that really can put this team over the edge. Well, Iran have the same thing. Shoddy coach, shoddy defense, poor player selection, but do have that high-end talent, maybe not quite to Egypt's level, that can really put this team over the line. So there's so many similarities between these two national teams, and it makes it crazy to think that this is the penultimate match against two nations that are yet to make it to a knockout round of a World Cup. They could both make history. Who wants to grab this moment by the scruff of the neck? Iran have way more World Cup experience than Egypt, so I would really hope with all that experience that this aging squad has had, they can take the opportunity. I mean, we literally broke a record for having the oldest starting lineup against Belgium. Like, come on. You didn't want to take a young, hungry squad. You wanted to exclude players like Alahiyar, Hossein Nejad. The list goes on. You better make this experience count. I've mentioned this in numerous videos, but I'm gonna mention it again. I will be at this match, so I might or might not be able to go live like I've done for the previous two matches, giving all my reactions, thoughts right when the game ends. So I would recommend you all to go follow me on Instagram. It's up on the screen, linked in the annotations, linked down in the description. Drop me a follow there if you guys want to follow along with my experience at the game, and maybe you might be there and want to link up. Shoot me a message on Instagram. So make sure to do that. When it comes to the scenarios for Iran in this match against Egypt, it's very simple. Just like at the 2022 World Cup in their final match against the USA, you just cannot lose. Draw or win, Iran are through. A draw will likely get Iran in one of those best third place spots, 3 points, 0 goal differential. That will totally ensure that they make it to the knockout rounds, or just win the game and you finish in one of the top 2 spots. Simple as that. We've seen Iran in this situation now for a third straight World Cup. I mean, is this just the football gods aligning the stars for us, being like, you know what, Iran? You're going to get a third opportunity. Yes, you could have maybe iced off the group at this point and already claimed your berth to the knockout rounds, but we're going to make this football heritage and make you guys have to run it back. Game 3, can Taremi finally make it happen and score the goal that sends Iran to the knockout rounds? I mean, this is like a storybook moment for the national team, and can they seize this opportunity? It's as cut and dry now. You've been undefeated. Things have gone good, have gone bad. I've been heavily critical in so many moments, but you guys have been inspiring. You have gone through so many difficulties at this World Cup. You are so close to making history and maybe finally having a dark horse run. You guys have shown that you have been united. You have been together. And yes, I don't quite like Amr Khalnoui. I think he has definitely screwed this team over on numerous occasions and has maybe put this national team back a few years. But I'm gonna be backing you in every single player. From the guys I may not like, I'm gonna be backing you like you guys are my family. Same with you, Amr Khalnoui. All will be forgiven if you can make history for us. I will take back every single word I've ever said about you if you prove me wrong. That's all I want to see here. And I think you guys can do it. You have the experience. You've been there. You've done that. And heck, heck, I will be there cheering you all on. So that's even extra motivation in my opinion. But boys and girls, as I say at the end of every single video, my opinion only matters so much. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. What do you guys agree with, disagree with? What is your guys' thoughts going into this match against Egypt? As an Egyptian fan, an Iranian fan, it don't matter. Let me know your guys' thoughts. As I said, if you're new to the channel and love Iranian national team content, this is the channel that you need to be at for this World Cup, so make sure to subscribe because we're on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so let's make it happen. Smash the like button on this video for good luck for Iran going into this match. And if you guys enjoyed this video, I have countless other fantastic videos across my channel that you all should check out. So click this video next as the YouTube algorithm specifically recommended this video for you all to watch, and click over here as I post content weekly on the channel and you don't want to miss it. But boys and girls, I hope you'll have a lovely day.